Howdy, 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 howdy. How's everybody doing? Welcome back. Well, today we have Asia Mode. What's going on? Today we've got a guest coming in. Yay for guests. Been a busy morning for me already. Holy crap, I've been running all over the place, doing all kinds of things. It's been quite hectic. What's today's topic? Today's topic is in-house. Let's type this out properly. How about that? In-house guest. Perfect. Done. Bam. Transition to that bad boy. In-house guest. Fantastic. How's your weekend, Jamode? I looked for you a couple of times. You weren't in any of the streams I was in watching. I'm sad. It was great. Good. Glad to hear. Yeah, what did we do this weekend? A whole bunch of stuff. My wife was out of town at a conference on Saturday. Saturday morning, I went and bought a whole bunch of new computers for our school here. As you guys know, we got a big grant. Thank you, Best Buy. Where's my camera? Best Buy. And, oh, where's my other thing? Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait for it. Wait. Bam. Best Buy and AT&T for their sponsorship of the stream and for helping us get all new computers. I bought 18 new computers Saturday. Crazy. So, actually, I heard about your D&D session there, Jamode. I met your sister-in-law in, I want to say, Nappy's stream. She popped in. Yeah, it might have been played D&D with your brother and his friends on Saturday. Yeah, I assume it was your brother's wife. Maybe. She popped in. What's her on-stream name? I forget what it is. Do you remember? Do you know? Do you know? But yeah, she popped in house. Yeah, the Trash Gamer. That's exactly right. Come on in, Eddie. Grab a seat, bro. Go ahead and grab a seat. So, that's Eddie. Say hi, Eddie.
Hola.
Hola. I'm going to turn your mic on first. Say again.
Hola.
Hola. So one thing I'm going to say, Eddie, is yeah, she's my husband. Okay. Yeah, we met her. She popped into the into Nappy stream and said hi, and introduced herself to everybody, and then we all tried to figure out whether she was a guy or a girl, and whether or not it was your brother or your sister or your sister-in-law or brother-in-law, or there's a whole bunch of everything. So one thing I'll say, Eddie, for the stream, you gotta talk slow, you gotta talk clear, and you gotta speak up. Which you don't have a problem speaking up, do you? Nah, very good. So, Jamode says hi, by the way, Eddie.
Hola.
So yeah. So the goal of the stream today is really to have a conversation. I'm going to tie it into what we talked about last stream. And just so you know, Eddie, I'm going to talk to you, and I'm going to talk to this a little bit because I'm going to talk to the people that are watching as well as to you. So I'm going to try and tie in Eddie's experience here at Rise Above along with what we talked about last stream, which was the gratitude stream, where we talked about different elements of gratitude, this idea of what makes gratitude effective, when is it not gratitude, and all that kind of jazz. And Eddie, feel free to touch or play with anything that you see over there if you need something to fiddle with your hands. So, yeah. So again, thank you to AT&T, Best Buy, and Eaton Corp for sponsoring the stream and getting us to a point where we can continue to do this kind of cool stuff. So before we get started, Eddie, I'm gonna send out some social media things while we kind of wait for some other folks to show up, because usually it takes a couple minutes for everyone to get here. So, and then we'll do a full introduction of you and all that kind of stuff as we go, and then we'll talk a little bit about kind of what we've been doing today, or what you've been doing today, and all that kind of fun stuff. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Don't be afraid to talk if you want to talk. There's nothing that says you can't talk. All right, so the gym announcement's been made. Let's see what else. Oh, we got to go to the Twitters. What's happening? We are live. Come meet Eddie. Oops. Salad. So, as you may or may not remember, Eddie is our rap battle master.
Yep.
So we're gonna revisit the rap battle today. We're gonna show it. Can you see? Is the stream live on that thing there? No, it's not on. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna try and see if we can get it on. For future streams. I'm gonna put another computer in here, and so instead of trying to use that iPad, which sometimes connects and sometimes doesn't. Yes. All right. So one of the things that we're gonna do today as we talk, we're probably gonna look for at least one section where we can pull it out. We'll actually put it on Facebook, and we'll put the whole thing on YouTube, so you can go back later on and watch the stream on YouTube. Well, you can watch it on Twitch too if you have that at home. So, and you'll be able to watch your little snippet on Facebook. Fun?
I already have, man. I watched the video and I put a comment on it.
Yeah, you did for the rap battle. So Eddie, when did you start at Rise Above?
Last year, March 20.
Somewhere in that range, eh?
I think March 26th.
Yeah. And first thing I'll say this. So you don't have to answer any question I ask you. If you're like, nah, I don't want to answer that one, just because it's too personal or too whatever the case is, I'm completely okay with that. All right, buddy. So this is up to you to talk about whatever. I'm not going to go too deep, anyways. But so how's your experience been here so far?
Pretty fun.
Yeah. What's been fun about it? Just say me, bro.
I got the rap battle. Now,
So you're giving Mr. Nick all the credit.
Nah, yeah, pretty much. It's really fun here, like, going out on the outings and stuff.
Yeah.
Especially last year.
So
in
do you?
Summer school.
So of what you've done so far, what's been kind of the funnest element?
Probably going to putt golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Yeah. You what did you do recently?
We went to the art walk.
The Bright Walls.
Or Bright Wall, yeah.
Yeah, I showed some of that in the Discord. If anyone missed it, let's see if I can pull it up real quick in our Discord. I posted a whole bunch of pictures of that's gym announcements. That's warm up. I'll see if I can find. Oh, here they are. Here, dual screen. Here they are. So this is downtown Jackson. This is what he's talking about here. So there's downtown in our community. There's a whole bunch of paintings that are going up in Jackson on buildings. And Mr. Nick, this is Veronica and I. Mr. Nick took the students downtown to tour all those. Did you have a favorite?
Probably probably have to say the peace sign, because what they did with that one is they put it on one wall and they already had the drawing out, and we already knew it was going to be a peace sign on one of the sides, but then when we went back it was all the way on the complete other side.
Oh yeah, that's cool, because you went twice.
Yeah.
So you guys went the first time kind of right at the beginning and before it was really up and running, and when the paintings just started, right?
We were supposed to get before and after pictures. I took the before, and then when we went there the second time, I didn't really have the second one in mind.
Yeah. So you had the chance to see the scope and the size.
Yeah.
You ever seen a painting that big?
Not really.
It's crazy, eh?
Maybe on TV.
Yeah, it's crazy how big they can get those things and make them look so clear. They look like they're like photographs. Some of them are just
And
really
then
awesome.
There was the one where the girl was the race car driver. You know which one I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know what it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like the Dr. Seuss, the car he drives in. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Thought it was gonna be that.
Did you see the word relax that they had painted, the 3D one? That looked amazing.
Mr. Nick said, they're relaxed, but the word isn't.
Oh, watching it stresses you, looking at it stresses you out because
I didn't know what it said at first.
yeah, it takes a minute to kind of see what it says. So you've had fun while you've been here. What outside of the field trips is being in here, like in the program itself, fun?
Yeah.
What about it's fun?
You know, everything, just like, the fact that I can actually easily get my work done.
Yeah.
And, I'm in more of a smaller classroom than a classroom with like 24 students in it.
So talk a little bit about that, because I think that's an important piece. So is that helpful, having a smaller class size for?
Yeah, because in bigger classes, I usually tend to get louder than everyone, or maybe, get distracted easily and stuff.
So you're a little bit like me then. You're very social.
Yeah.
You like to hang out with your friends and be chatty.
Yeah.
Mrs. Fernandez always says, "I don't know how you can talk that much. You always talk so much." Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, so how do you feel you've been doing schoolwork wise then? So you touched a little bit on the fact that with smaller classes you think you can get more done. So do you think you've gotten more done or what?
By far more than what I did at Northwest in Texas.
Yeah.
I've gotten more work done. Because in Texas, my grades were really down, like 40s.
Oh, really?
And yeah, in Northwest, they got up maybe a little tiny B's.
Yeah.
But then here I started getting 80s and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Now, and why do you think that is? Why do you think your grades went up?
Because, one, I started actually taking notes on stuff.
So note taking.
Yeah.
So let's talk about note taking. I'm going to fix your camera a little bit. It's pointing up a little too high. So you think that note taking has helped you a lot?
Yeah, because whenever I first came here, first started this year, I didn't never write anything down at all. I just, went on, and then whenever it came to the test, I would be like, oh, I remember that from that and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, I started writing down stuff, and then it started asking me questions that only thing I really need to work on is, taking more notes, because the notes that I usually took then, they didn't come up on the questions like that.
Gotcha. So just learning how to take better notes, more appropriate notes as well. Yeah, good. Hey, Morgmeen, thanks for joining us. How was your weekend? In case you didn't see, we're having a little chat with Eddie today, talking about his time here at Rise Above and exploring what or if Rise Above has been helpful to him. So, okay, so you've been here 6-7 months. You came in the summertime too, didn't you?
Yeah.
So the summer was voluntary. You didn't have to come in the summertime. Why did you come this summer?
Well, mostly it's, come back here, see all the teachers and stuff. I thought maybe I would see some more of my old friends, but instead I made new friends.
Yeah, we had some different students here, right?
Yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah.
And then, especially because in the summer, kids are out doing whatever, playing around and stuff, and I just want to get other classes done. Like I came to get language arts done.
Yeah, we did. We got that class done.
Yeah. No, it was math I did.
Oh, was it math you got done? Because you got one whole class done this summer, didn't you? Yeah.
Or, no. It was one old class whenever I came here.
Oh, that's the one you got done.
I got math.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I just got a little ways to go on health.
Good. Morgmeme says hi, by the way.
Hello.
She says you're a sweetheart. Thank you, Morgmeme, for being such a nice person. What was the favorite? Shimode wants to know what the favorite thing you did over the summer was.
Well, we went outside. There's a plants that you guys needed dirt on.
Yeah. And
there was this wheelbarrow I wanted to take down the hill. and it was filled with dirt, and everyone just kept telling me, they were like, it's too heavy, watch out.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I wanted to run down the hill with it, and I started running, and they was like, no, you don't want to do that because by the end you're gonna flip. So I tried stopping.
Yeah, and how'd that work?
It weighed down more than me, and my foot slipped on the grass, and I just fell backwards.
And away we go. Yeah, we did a whole bunch of different things, gardening and whatnot. I'm going to show you. So Eddie touched on a little bit of some of the stuff that we do at Rise Above, and I'm going to pull up this other screen here again. So I'm going to, and this is one of the things that, and I hope you guys can hear this because there's audio to this as well. So this is an old video from probably 2 years ago, and this is the back of our facility.
More like ripped immersed.
Hey, OG Pickle, welcome back. Thanks for the sub, buddy. The month streaking, yes, 3-month streaks. So one of the things that people that can do is they can subscribe to the channel, and so the OG Pickle just subscribed. Yeah. OG Pickle does all the merch. So all the shirts behind you, Eddie, are all shirts that he made. So, and the shirts that you see me wear that say Choco Taco and all those guys on them, those are all his shirts. So OG, just real quick, I'll go back to the in studio cam. So this is Eddie. I don't know if you saw this young man Mitch or not, but say hi and ask a question if you want. We're just gonna watch a quick video talking about kind of the OG says what's up, Eddie?
What's up?
The OG lives in Ohio, just south of us a little bit. Yeah, not too far from here, in the Cleveland area-ish. But yeah, I'll go back to this dual screen. Watch this video real quick. Okay, so Nolan, you signed the waiver, right? That says you excel, rise above of any responsibility of your wrongful death. All right, cool. Take the thumbs up as an implicit yes.
All right.
All right. So when I say 1, 2, 3, that'll be the go. So this is what we put our kids through here at Rise Above. This is their indoctrination. I'll show you this video later.
Oh my God!
There's a hill in the back. We put them in a big tire and we rode it down the side.
That one.
Well, how was your ride?
It was pretty great.
Pretty great. Yeah. So that's good. How do you feel?
Oh, I feel wonderful.
You feel wonderful? That's good. I appreciate your effort today.
Oh, thanks.
So back to Eddie. So Eddie, question for you real quick from the OG Pickle. How does it feel to have such great hair?
I get asked that a lot. People usually ask if it was bleached or dyed. Don't know how it's like.
Oh yeah, yeah. He has fabulous hair.
It's hard to take care of.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. It's not hard being pretty all the time, isn't it?
I don't consider myself pretty.
I feel your pain, brother.
I don't consider myself
you don't consider yourself pretty. Quick question: you guys can hear Eddie okay? His mic is loud enough for you all. Jamode and Morgmeme, you guys would have puked. We all that was the thing. Every break that we had, everybody wanted to get into that stinking inner tube and go down the hill. It was the weirdest thing. I don't know what those kids were all about, but they made not all staff, but some staff went down, and oh my goodness, it was it was quite the event. We constantly were in that stinking tube. So, but well, so we know where your fabulous hair comes from. Jeans. So what are you working on right now? What subject are you working on?
Right now we're working on a project about the solar system.
So you guys have been doing a lot of different projects lately.
Yeah.
What kind of projects have you guys been doing?
Well, we've done like a weather station where we basically just got like maybe the bottle of a Pepsi can.
Yeah.
And it was a 2-liter, and we cut it at halfway about, and went up every inch,
Mhm.
and put rocks in it. And whenever it rained, it would tell us how much rain.
Oh,
The
so you did
rain.
like a rain gauge.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And we did. Right now, we were tracking the hurricanes,
Mm-hmm.
like Hurricane Dorian and Gabrielle and
Yep.
stuff. That's in there. We have this one thing where we check to see if the news stations are right about the temperatures every day. Or
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we'll go and put the day before, like tomorrow we'll do Wednesday.
Mhm.
And then if it says that much temperature,
Mhm.
on Wednesday we'll check. And then if it's wrong, we'll say wrong or right.
So you're basically you're checking the meteorologists
Yeah.
to see if they're liars or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all liars. I'm gonna ruin the surprise now. They're all liars. Everybody, you need to know now. They're all lying. they literally don't have a clue. I swear. If there was a job in the world that I would love to have, it'd be a weatherman, because then I could just lie all the time. I could just make stuff up. It's not that you lie. It's just to make stuff. You don't even have to try. You just say, it's gonna be cold tomorrow, even if it's 90 degrees out. So you go, well, I guess the weather changed. So, so you did weather gauges. You did like a rain gauge. You did a barometer as well. You guys did a wind thing.
Yeah, but those didn't really work out.
They didn't
too
work
well.
out so well.
Yeah, now they we tried Play-Doh instead of clay.
Mm.
And now
To
the
see if it
Play-Doh's all dried up and stuff. But it's fun to throw around.
I wonder if it'd be good to use stick tack or something like that. That stick, the stuff you use to
Oh, yeah.
stick pictures up, because it stays pliable longer.
Hmm.
Wonder if that would work.
Maybe.
So the point of that is one of those things that maybe sorry, Jamode's worried that I just ruined all your hopes and dreams, and that you wanted to be a weatherman, and I just totally said all weathermen were crooks.
Nah, I
You're
don't.
good.
I don't even watch the news.
No. That raises a good question, though. So, I mean, you're here at Rise Above. You're going to school. You're doing the school thing. What's the point? What are you going to school for? What do you want to do?
Well, what I really, really want to do is I'm working to try to go into the NBA professionally.
Yeah.
This year I'm going to try to go into basketball for my first time.
Yeah.
And I've gotten way better since I've came to Michigan.
Yeah.
You know, and
So Eddie is the resident whoop you in basketball champ.
we wouldn't say that, but you know,
Yeah.
kind of got a jumper.
Well, we're gonna show the video in a few minutes of you and Nick in the whole rap battle thing, and it's fair to say that you did not whoop Nick in that one.
Kind of got me. I did not expect it because I went to church with Mr. Nick beforehand,
Yeah.
the day before.
Yeah, he told me.
And I was, you know, telling him a little bit of what I had in the raps and stuff.
Yeah. So you think you gave him the down low a little bit, and he like cheated a little bit?
Maybe.
I
Maybe.
don't know. I think the two were varied enough that Jamode said she'll buy your jersey when you're famous. I would throw in there that you'd buy it if he agrees to autograph it here and now. Right. So I say to my kids all the time, just remember, no matter how famous you are, how many millions of dollars you make playing soccer, I always get the first autograph when the new jerseys come out. That's the rule. Yeah. So I mean, the rap battle, I don't know if that would be cheating or not. I mean, right?
I just gave him a small
Just a
little
big enough
snippet.
little hint, eh?
Big enough hint to, you know, spit the bar where he said he feels like Mr. Fernandez when he rips off his sleeves.
All right, well, you'll take the second autograph, Jamode. Fair enough. I mean, what do your kids talk about? Are they old enough yet to start saying, hey, this is what I want to be when I grow up? Because I remember when I was a kid, I always wanted to be a cop. Jim Morgan says dibs on the third jersey. We're already fighting over jerseys, man. I don't know. I'd be inclined to get some stinky sneakers out of this guy.
Might get a Tom Brady pulled on me and get my jersey stolen.
Do your kids talk, Jamode, about what they want to be when they grow up? Or did you? So let me ask you guys, Jamode, Morgme, and Pickle, if you're still here. Was there a time in your life when you sat there and thought in school, oh, man, I can't wait till I'm done school. I want to be a whatever? because that was something that I for years, my whole life, I wanted to be a police officer. I always wanted to be a police officer.
My whole life I wanted to be a football player
Yeah.
instead of a basketball.
Now you just switched to basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your daughter wants to be a mom, and my son wants to be a dinosaur. How old is your little guy, Jimode? Or a dinosaur or a pilot, to be specific. Maybe he'll be like one of those pterodactyls. He'll be a dinosaur and a pilot at the same time.
Yeah.
There you go.
Guide the way.
He's 3. That's amazing. We had a group Bible study at our house last night, and one of the couples that came to the house has like a brand new, like, I think he's 5 months old, baby little boy. He is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. He's just, I got him to laugh, which was fun. I love little kids. Morgan, you wanted to be a nurse for a long time? Oh yeah, a lot of people figure that out a little late. A lot of them go to school and they do all this stuff. So Morgan wanted to be a nurse, but then she realized that she wouldn't do good with sticking people with needles, like having to draw blood and all that kind of stuff.
I had to get a shot maybe a week ago, man. And
Oh,
I
yeah?
was sitting there for like a minute, just like, nah.
Can't do it. You scared of needles?
Yeah, I can't do needles. But
Yeah.
she said it wasn't gonna hurt. Well, yeah, she grabbed the fattest part of my arm and just like, did this.
She squeezed it up.
Yeah, and then she like poked the needle in there, and when it went in, I was like, and I started flexing my arm and stuff.
Yeah.
She was
So
like,
Eddie's the flex champ here at Rise Above too. Every once in a while he walks by me and tries to show me up. He pulls the pipes out and gives it a little flex. Jimode, you'd be fine with needles? I remember when I was in the military, I was an airborne paramedic in the military, and we do all kinds of different exercises and stuff like that for training. And one of the things that you had to do was to learn how to give infield stitches. So sometimes the guy wouldn't be able to go back to the field hospital. He'd have to do it right there. So we actually trained to give stitches on your own hand. So you'd learn how to insert sutures into your own palm. That's how you trained. So there was a cream that you could get. You put it on your palm, and it would numb the palm of your hand, so you could. It was cheated. We all cheated and used that stuff because you weren't supposed to. But yeah, I'd be excited too, Shimo. That's awesome. I thought for a long time that I was going to be in a police officer, paramedic, a dental hygienist, or something like that for a while. Some industry where I'd get to help people. But Eddie's going to be a basketball player. So what happens if basketball doesn't work out, though? You have a plan B or what? What's plan B?
Football.
Okay, so if professional sports doesn't work out, what's plan B? Do you like working on cars?
I'll go back to school and try to become an architect.
Architect. So you like building stuff? That's fun. I can honestly say that I think I would get a great deal of joy out of being an architect.
The thing is, I just need to learn how to draw.
Well, and the beauty, I mean, you don't have to be super, super duper creative in the sense of be able to draw like cartoons and all that kind of stuff, because a lot of that's just straight lines. As long as you can visualize, a house and know the rules of what a house needs, architects can be not really huge artsy fartsy type people, right?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, kid's got some huge goals. That's what Morgan's saying. Holy smokes, this kid's got some goals. That's a big part of what we do here, right? With you guys, is we start talking about goals and whatnot, and that's Will's job, right?
Yeah.
So who's your favorite here? It's okay, you can tell me. I won't tell nobody.
I never really had a favorite teacher.
Come on, it's okay. You can say I'm your favorite. You're allowed. I won't tell Nick.
No.
I know sometimes you pretend that Nick's your favorite, but I'm pretty sure that.
That's one thing that is hard for me, because just the teachers here are, they're just so much like the same.
Yeah.
They do a lot of the same things.
Yeah,
so
yeah. We're all
it's
pretty
really
cool.
No favorite, in my opinion.
Yeah. Correct answer. And I promise I didn't coach that. That's totally his answer all by himself. The very mature young man said the very mature answer that he has no favorites.
Then again, I don't feel like fighting Mr. Fernandez if he's on my favorite.
Yeah. So, do you know when you're supposed to go back to school?
Yeah, they said November 15th.
So we only have a few more months with you then.
Sadly.
Sadly.
To be honest, to me right now, I'm kind of thinking since it's the end of going on towards the end of September.
Yeah.
Mostly just got a month left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of work to do still, though, schoolwork wise. Because you're in what grade right now?
8th.
You're in 8th grade. So we got to get you ready for high school coming up in a year's time. Isn't that crazy? You're going to high school, bro.
I know. It's just like last year.
My little boy's growing up. Morgme wants to know what qualities you admire in your teachers. What do you like about your teachers?
Mostly the niceness and how much I could talk and do all the stuff I do and them still put up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think they put up with it though, or I think I would hazard a guess that they actually enjoy some of your banter. I mean, you're correct to say that too much banter is probably not good and that there is an element of putting up with. But I don't think they're putting up with it. I think that when it's too much, they tell you it's too much.
Yeah.
Right? They tell you to get your butt back to work. Because we don't live... fair, true statement. I don't think we let you get away with much.
Yeah.
Right? We run a pretty tight ship. I give you headlocks and wedgies when needed. But at the same time, I think we do have some... I think you hit the nail on the head, though. I think we do have pretty good folks here that make it easy to be a student. Agree?
Yeah. Sometimes I actually like last year how we had students doing whatever it was to teachers.
We had so to clarify what he's saying, we had some difficult students last year.
Yeah.
That made class tough to concentrate.
Especially the ones who said real disrespectful stuff to the teachers and stuff.
Yep.
Sometimes I honestly actually do feel bad for the teachers and surprised that they actually go this far and keep their patience for that long when they have kids yelling at them, kids not focusing and doing work and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that is really cool that they have so much patience.
And honestly, that shows a tremendous amount of maturity on your part, right? That you recognize that. Because a lot of students don't, especially in middle school, it hasn't dawned on students yet that their teacher is a real person, that they go home at the end of the day, that they have a family, and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So I think that shows a tremendous amount of maturity. So do you want to talk a little bit about what brought you here?
Mostly.
We don't have to go into great detail, but just understand what happened.
Well, pretty much long story short, I kind of lashed out at school.
Mm-hmm.
Did a few stuff that was, just like if you were to break a cup, only thing to put it back together is glue or something.
Yeah.
But this, coming here was super glue, something like that.
Yeah.
And
So how did you hear about Rise Above, though? How did that come into the picture? Do you remember?
yeah, it was us sitting at school in the board meeting when I went back to school to see if I was still going to stay there.
Yeah, yeah.
They told us that there's this place by Fleming and that, it was a smaller environment of kids
Mm-hmm.
and teachers could help one-on-one and stuff. And so, we came here, checked it out. I was yawning throughout the whole meeting.
Do you remember me giving you crap for yawning? Remember me saying, am I boring you?
You said go to sleep earlier at night because you're over here making me tired. Stop playing Fortnite.
I call it fork knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, whenever I first, came to the school and the teachers greeted me like that and stuff, I already knew it was going to be a great year by Monday.
Yeah, that's fun. Well, that's good. And so are you feeling... So what's changed? I guess that's the reality of this, right? So I'm going to turn this light.
Pretty much the classrooms changed.
So
Last year we were downstairs, this year we're upstairs.
No, but I mean for you. So what's changed for you? So you got here, so you leave Northwest,
Yeah.
right? for whatever the reason is, you have that moment where you're like, oh my gosh, this is different. You embrace that different, right? You get to work, you start doing your schoolwork. So the situation changed, but what in you, has anything in you changed, do you think? Have you?
Yeah, I feel like I've matured more than I did last year.
Yeah.
And years before that. But last year, whenever I was in 7th grade, was when I found out that I actually really did make a big change from immaturity to kind of getting to mature.
Yeah, because you're how old now?
13.
You're 13, yeah.
But because in 6th grade, I used to just kind of follow the crowd, and then.
So you think you're strong enough to not follow the crowd now?
By the time I was in 7th, I was like, okay, Eddie, I need to start doing my own thing and stuff. Stop work, just kind of stop worrying about what people said to me, and if they were like, those shoes are that many years old or something like that.
Yeah.
Let it get to me like that. And then by the time I left 7th grade, I just now don't even care what people really say about me.
Yeah.
Because I'm me.
Yeah. Me. Fun. Well, and I can say from our standpoint, and we said it to you this year, or I think we've said it to you at least once this year. So over the course of summer, it's like, when you got young kids and you go and they go away for a week or two, they go visit grandparents, or you have little cousins or nephews that you don't see very often. And then when they show up back to your house, you're like, oh my gosh, you've gotten so big and all that kind of stuff. And that's one of the things with Eddie that we saw this year when you came back is when you came back, not only were you a bigger kid because you grew over the summer, he had changed. I mean, you had matured a lot. Even just how you were talking to us, addressing us had changed considerably. And it was, people often ask, as workers, do we benefit in being here in some way? And I mean, for us, that's our reward, is to see you, move towards whatever you deem to be successful for school or maturity-wise, or, if you become that NBA player, that's going to be phenomenal. That's going to be exciting to follow you. Did you see the young man that was here just before lunch? Yeah. So just before the interview, that's why we were a bit late. I think I was 20 minutes late starting the interview today, the stream. One of our former students from a year and a bit ago stopped by. He had an orthodontics appointment in the area and figured he'd just stop by and say hi real quick. And I just happened to be in here setting up for the stream, and he was like, oh, I got to come on the stream. I'd love to come and do an interview. I'm like, yeah, let's get you on here. So we're going to try and get him on next Friday. And he's just so excited to come on and to talk about, he says, I got nothing but good things to say. He says, I'm so excited to come and talk about how awesome Rise Above is and how thankful I am. And this is a senior in high school who was here a little while ago for some pretty serious reasons, and was successful in overcoming those hurdles, and is now set to graduate. And he's going to go to Michigan, University of Michigan, and do some pretty crazy stuff. I'm excited for him. So I see him around town all the time. He's always honking me. He went and bought a Jeep, so he's got a Jeep like mine now. His is a 4-door, I think, though. But anyways, so we have a couple weeks left with you before you scooter back. I think it's 7-8 weeks, I guess, total. Poor Eddie. So we'll have to make sure we get some field trips. Where do you want to go for your next field trip? Because we started back at the Y here soon too.
The Y would be a good place. Don't go there.
Yeah, we got to go to You got to go to Sky Zone or something though. Did you go to Sky Zone with us last year?
I don't think so.
The trampoline place?
No.
Oh, we got to go to the trampoline place. You guys know what Sky Zone is? Do you have Sky Zone in your states?
We have Sky Zone in Texas. Lots of places.
Oh yeah, Sky Zone's fun. Yeah. Yeah, Jamode says she's looking forward to hearing from you in a couple of years when you got all those basketball scholarships for college or university.
Yep.
Yeah, so we do Sky Zone. We have another place called Zap Zone around here, which is like a laser tag place. I'm not sure if that's national or if that's just a local thing or what that is, but and We have another place. Did you do the low ropes course last year?
Where we went out to.
There's a zip line and stuff.
type.
Yeah.
We didn't get the zip line or anything. I don't think so. But I think there was this one thing where we stand on wood.
Yeah.
And like the whole entire class has to try to walk.
Had to figure out how to get across. Yeah, that's the place I'm talking about. That's pretty fun too. But yeah, I think for you, you've been playing any video games?
Yeah.
So you kind of know what I do with these guys in the sense of moderating streams and that kind of stuff. What video games do you play?
Well, I haven't really played Fortnite in a minute,
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of glad, kind of not glad to.
Why?
Well, because with Fortnite, it's just one of those games that bring me back to, a real good time in my life. Now I play this game called NBA 2K19.
Yep.
Which, instead of getting 19, I should have waited till 20 came out.
Oh, because you're only a couple months away.
Yeah.
So what was the big find you had this weekend? You were telling me about it earlier.
I finally got to get the game I mostly wanted, Guitar Hero.
Guitar, because Eddie plays Guitar Hero almost every day here at Rise Above. So we have an old Nintendo, not old, it's a Nintendo Wii here at Rise Above, hooked up to a TV that we have in our lunchroom, and Eddie rocks out Guitar Hero steady.
Like, we haven't played a game ever since we put Guitar Hero in.
Oh yeah, that's too funny because
last
there's got to be 20, 30 games in there.
Last year it was Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Now this year
Mario was the big game.
Yeah, now this year is Guitar Hero.
Mm-hmm. Your fiance, Morgan, says her fiance plays it all the time. Which one? Oh, he's obsessed with all the NBA games. Oh, he's not Guitar Hero, the NBA games. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
What game more, Jimode? The Guitar Hero or NBA? Because you play NBA on Xbox. Yeah. What other games do you have for your Xbox?
I got Mortal Kombat X, which I really want the new one that came out. That one looks way much better. I got a game called Skate 3.
Mm-hmm. I know that game, actually.
Yeah, a fun game. I got Assassin's Creed, Black Flag, and Revelations.
Mm-hmm.
Then, I got this, like, Grand Theft Auto, games like that and stuff. Pretty much, yeah.
Jimode says, or Morgmeme says, that she's going to come here and school all you guys on how to play Mario Kart. Are you a Mario Kart champ, Morgmeme? Do you think? Who was it? We had a teacher a couple years ago that was a Mario Kart boss. His name is Andrew, Mr. V. And that guy he would beat everybody. He knew how to get that thing into a power slide, and he had it dialed in, man.
Oh, did he use manual instead of automatic?
Yeah.
Because with the manual, you gotta press, I think it's LT.
Yeah.
And that'll, it'll change gears whenever you need to, but then it'll also.
It's all about the drifting.
Press it.
Yeah. If you get that drifting down, man, that's how you get just absolutely dominant. Because you can come out of those corners like a rocket, for sure. And if you can get your shells down properly, you just got to make sure you have the proper bumpers and stuff in place.
I had the red one. The green ones are way much harder. I've hit myself with the green ones like.
You've hit yourself with.
there's some things where it'll just stay at this one part and just keep hitting off the rails, and if you go past it a certain way, man, it'll probably hit you. Happened to me.
Crazy. I haven't played any of those games in quite a long time.
I know. I always see Fernandez at the top of the leaderboard.
Yes.
Play Guitar Hero.
Just saying, I might have been dominant at that game at one point. So, my daughter, who's now married and moved on, her and I used to play that game all the time. We had to get 5 stars on everything. We had to get perfect, right? They get 100% or whatever the case is. Jimo says just spam all the shells. Don't even just let them fly. So what do you? It's 10 years from now. It's in the future. What do you think you're going to look back at most fondly about Rise Above when you think, man, that time? Because you think you could have done this without Rise Above? Do you think this would have worked?
That I could not, I always look at things like that, and I'm like, you'll never know until it happens and stuff. But like this place, I feel like it has, helped me get through like tough times and stuff. Like one thing I really had a problem on was if somebody was to, call me out for something small or something, I would make it a big deal.
Yeah.
Now, when people say my name, I just, I ask, and then if they mean in a rude way,
Yeah. We had some conversations about that last year, right?
Yeah.
You and I had a couple different chats about that. We were always able to sort it out. So when you again, 10 years from now, and you look back, we look back and think, man, if I'm glad I found that place, or we look back and go, I could have did that without them.
I could have did that without them.
You think? Do you think that seriously, or?
No.
I think I'd struggle if I had to do it by myself. I don't know how a lot of students do it.
Like, especially in a public school, which I'm kind of scared about going back to in public school this November, because when I went to one of the Northwest games, everyone was acting different towards me individually, but I didn't really let it bother me like that. So,
you're a fairly social guy. You'll pick up some friends again, and right. But you just got to make sure you choose.
Now I don't really think it's all about friends. Now I'm gonna just have me just a little bit.
Because you'll have less than a year to go to kind of get through 8th grade and get into high school. Have you decided what high school you're going to go to? You're going to go to Northwest High?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because once you're in Northwest High, a couple things got to happen, right? Because you want to play basketball. You're probably going to try out for football, I suspect.
Yeah.
Right? And to do that, you've got to keep your grades in a certain place. Attendance has got to be a certain, you know what I mean?
Can't be late every day.
You can't be late every day, exactly. Yeah. So if that's something you really want to do, I mean, right? So if you really are intent on being a professional, he's like, oh crap, what am I doing?
No, there's a kid at Northwest dude, it's really crazy. Like, he's in the junior NBA league. And not really a good idea on my end, but I'm gonna see if I can try to get a game into 3.
Yeah, and that's how you get better. You play people better than you, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing when you.
One of them is my bad.
No, you're good.
One of them is my friend. Last year, I went over to his house mostly every day, but I couldn't really go inside because it's dogs. But now, dogs, man, I always used to think they were scary and stuff. But then looking at them now, dude, they're not really as scary as you think they are.
Oh,
but
sure.
I used to play them last year, like, every single day, and I used to get beat. And this year I started, there's this one week where it was just nothing but me beating him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So you're getting better is what you're saying. And why do you think you're getting better?
Because whenever I first came up here, I told my grandpa that I was into basketball and stuff. And he was like, yeah, we should play and stuff. He got a basketball hoop, and I just practiced on that.
Yeah, Morgan says, set your goals high and go for it. You never know how much you can achieve, right? Especially, that's what I always tell my boys, was because we play soccer, but we always tell our boys that in order to get better, you got to play people that are better than you. And that's what you did. You played people better than you, and now you're whooping them. Right? So now you got to find somebody else that's better than him.
Yeah.
And start getting better. Because you do. You go out there and you got the shots. You got the moves. right? So you just got to stick with it and keep going for that next thing that's bigger, better, badder, right?
Yep.
But all right, well, it's been about an hour. We'll get you back to class. Thank you for coming on the stream. We'll have you back on before you go back to school. Kind of get a goodbye stream in where we can talk about kind of what we think next steps are. So one of the things that we do, and this is the nice thing, Eddie, you know that when you go back to school, that we're still connected. We're still going to see you frequently. We're still going to stop in school, and you can call us or text us anytime and all that kind of stuff, right? So
to be fair, dude, I still have if I go back and look, actually, I could probably find all the stuff you guys gave us whenever we first came here.
Yeah. So you have all the opportunity in the world to stay in touch with us. So when you tell us to get lost, that's when we stop talking to you, right? So Morgmean says bye and continue being awesome. I'm sure if Pickle was still here, he'd say continue to have fabulous hair.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, bud?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Get back to class.
Bye.
Thanks for popping out, Eddie.
Yep.
Shut the door all the way for when you go out, bud.
Got you.
I'll come get you in a bit.
All right.
Oh, cool. Thanks for hanging out with Eddie today, guys. Appreciate it. It's kind of a big deal to him. He's been wanting to come on for a while. The last time Owen was on stream with me, he wanted to come in. So just give me 2 seconds. Yeah, he wanted to come on stream when Owen was on. And you know what? The funny thing is, Morgmean, he is one of the most genuine kids we have probably ever had here at Rise Above. It's been incredible to watch him really grow up well with us. It's been neat to have the middle schoolers here and to kind of see, because the middle schoolers are new. We haven't always had middle schoolers here, and to watch them kind of grow up with us, it happens differently than with high schoolers. It's just not the same. I don't know how to explain it. But he is one that's probably had one of the bigger changes since coming here. Really calmed down, really been able to learn to focus on schoolwork. He talked about his note-taking. He does a phenomenal job with his note-taking now, whereas before he really fought that whole thought of, what am I going to take notes for? He didn't understand. Now he gets it, and he sees the fruit of that in his quizzes and exams and stuff. And the funny thing is I treat them like my kids. So Morgan, you say that he really respects and loves us. He really does. I believe he, if he had the chance to tell his full story to you guys, it would break your heart. I won't go into it a whole lot here, but it would literally break your heart to hear that young man's story in not just what brought him here, but just, yeah. And for one of the fun things is I roughhouse with these guys a little bit. You know, I treat them like my kids. And at the start of the year, I used to always come up and I'd grab them by the meat of the neck here, and I'd give them a little squeeze a little bit, And I didn't do that for the first couple of weeks of Rise Above. Come on in, Nick.
Can I talk Eddie real quick a little bit? On the stream.
Yeah, you want to talk about Eddie?
Yeah, a little
Yeah, come on in. So Nick's coming in. He wants to talk a little bit about Eddie as well. But yeah, no, just to finish that story real quick. So there was a couple weeks in where he was like, Mr. Fernandez, how come you don't do that thing anymore? Where you grab push the boom down a little bit. It's covering your face up. I just don't want it to.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good there. How come you don't do that thing anymore? So Jamod says hi, by the way.
Hey.
So, okay, what's up?
I just want to I didn't see the whole stream. You know, I only caught the last 5 minutes or so, but just watching Eddie be so comfortable sitting here and explaining himself, that's not the Eddie that started here, right?
Oh, definitely. And that's what I was just talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just amazing to see that kind of transformation. He couldn't sit still, you know, and so growth happens in a lot of ways, right?
Yep.
And he's grown exponentially in a lot of different ways. So I just I don't know. I was just blown away watching the stream a little bit at the end. You know, that I was like, 6 months ago he couldn't have done that.
Yeah.
You know,
Eddie. So when Eddie first came in, he literally couldn't sit still.
Yeah.
And the fact that for an hour,
Yeah.
he sat in that chair and
Yeah.
I mean, barely fidgeted.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was grabbing a few of the things. That's why they're there.
That's why they're there.
But at the same time, he was very intentional, very focused,
Yeah.
and on point. So
Yeah, and he's been talking about, going back to school and whatnot and what that looks like, and it's been cool. And he had a little setback, about a week ago. He went to a football game at the school, and some kids kind of, I wouldn't say gave him crap. They just brought up that he was not in school to other people because of trouble, and but he handled it well, right? Like
he did talk about it a little bit on stream.
Yeah, so he handled it. He handled it well. We'll talk to him about it some more. But I'm just excited that he's excited, and it's cool to see like how bought in, how sold out. Like that's the word we like to use around here, right? How sold out he is for like the concept and stuff. So he's been an incredible leader to our new student.
Yeah, that's been the fun thing this year. No, I've not talked about this, so feel free talk about that a little bit.
So we had a new student this year. Eddie, who's returning from last year, and we had a new middle schooler that we added into the mix. And just watching Eddie like quietly teach that student about things around here and what is cool and what isn't cool, and just like I think he felt some responsibility to make sure, and we were fortunate that Eddie did come back.
And what was the thing? He passed a note or something, and it said something on it about don't do drugs or something like that to the new kid.
Yeah,
it was just like this really
story, but it was kind of a random thing.
Yeah, it was kind of like what the.
And I mean that's big coming from Eddie to like take the initiative to do it. So yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and just
absolutely.
Say, like just show the growth, because with him, like we've definitely seen it in big ways, and I'm confident when he goes back to school, it'll be good.
Yeah, and I think the cool thing with Eddie is he'll go back to school with a ton of support and encouragement from that crew, because thankfully we have great connections with Northwest.
We have great connections, especially in that building, and they fully support what we do. And even when he got in trouble, even the issue that led to it, he had great staff support so that he ended up here, not elsewhere, and so they'll look out for him, and it'll be good. I'm excited for him, so.
Well, cool.
So cool.
I'm glad you, hopefully we'll catch snippets of, what he thought of coming online. And like I said to him before the end of the year, before the end of his time here, we'll get him back on the stream one more time to come back in and hopefully chat one more time. So.
Very cool. Well, it's been fun. I'll get back to work.
Thanks, Nick. You're good, brother. Yeah, I'm sure Jimot, I'm sure he'll do great with his transition. He did mention he was nervous, but like I said, he's a very he's becoming a very mature kid, very very much in tune with his surroundings and the things that he needs to do. He's taken his time here and really utilized it well. So we're excited. We're definitely excited for him. And like I said, I had a gentleman named Intavier come in today. He's one of our former students who I'm going to try and get on the stream for next Friday, and see if we can shed some more light on kind of what it means to students to have this opportunity and to get involved in a program like this, and why it matters, because it's not just a, how do you say it? It's not just a Morgme. Holy crap, kid! Thank you very much. Oh, you know what that is? Oh, Morgme. Oh, Morgme, you did it. That's a Dono Cam event right there. So. Yeah, I think it's one of those things where we gotta do the Dono Cam. Oh, the Dono Cam's a little messed up. We're gonna have to fix that bad boy up. Hang on, let's see if we can get the Dono mic and the Dono Cam all set up. Let's it's 20 push-ups now. Shimode, put the thing in there. Let me see if that works too. See if that that command works in chat. First bit Dono ever? Really? Well, hey, just know that your first bit Dono ever is going to a great cause. Thank you very much. That's going to help Eddie. Well, here, let's get some Dono Cam music going.
This is the main event of the evening. It's time!
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19, 20. Whew. You believe it's 40 push-ups, Shimode? I mean, 20 more? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Because we said 500. Where's the thing? 50, it is? Oh my gosh, it's indeed needed. I can't lie. Stealing is not my thing. All right, hold on. I'm getting old. You know that, right? Give me a second. I owe you 20 push-ups.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time!
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Whew. Am I done yet? Awesome, thanks. Yeah, as you might have completely, I forgot it's 500 bits, 20 push-ups, and there was a 1,000-bit dono. Very much appreciated, Morgan. Thank you for letting us be your first bit donation. It's pretty awesome. I'm legitimately out of breath. Legit out of breath. I think it's just the getting up and down out of the chair, not even the push-ups that killed me. Getting old sucks. Oh, it's not much. It's something. That's awesome. 1,000 bits is a lot. Don't kid yourself, kiddo. College budget. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, so I mean, let's talk about gratitude for a second, because how does that tie into gratitude? Because there's a point, like Antavier, this other student that came in today. He, not only did he come here a year and a bit ago, but this is the kid that as he sees me around town, because we live in the same community, but he sees me around town and he's got to honk the horn, he's got to wave. If he sees me in the store, he's got to come up and give me a high five or a handshake, or, you know. And when we talk about gratitude, that is an outward expression, right, of his thankfulness. It's a kid that gets it, that understands without that life interruption. Because for a lot of these guys, and I meant to ask Eddie this, and we'll have to ask it in the next stream. You know, what would have happened if the event that got him removed from school never happened? If it always just seemed to kind of skirt the line, you know, with that shift to the Eddie that we have now, would it have happened? With the Antavier, the gentleman we'll meet next week, if whatever got him kicked out of school, if that didn't happen, right, would the Antavier that we have now exist? Or would we still have the old student? And I think people underestimate sometimes the value of falling flat on your face. Think about that for a second. Sometimes one of the most painful things in your life can turn into one of the best things that ever happened to you. Take giving birth, Shimode. That's one of the blessings of giving birth, is you don't actually remember the pain after it's done, right? And I think that's part of what this program is designed to do. It's to help you get through that pain, the birthing process of the new, oh, you remember the pain. That birthing process of the new you coming forward. We take that experience and we take it from just being painful to something that can bring about great joy. And that's where the gratitude flows out of, right? So if you understand that and embrace that as a student here, it really does turn that word gratitude into a verb, because they can't help but show up You know, hey, I've just went for an orthodox appointment, and I'm passing through the area, so I figured I'd shoot over here real quick. He shot us a Facebook message and said, hey, can I pop in real quick? Right? And for us, that's the crazy thing. I think it's this week. Let me just have some on my calendar. I think it's Wednesday. I get to go for dinner with one of our first students. She graduated high school this year. She was actually one of the speakers at her graduation ceremony. She was asked to speak and give a presentation, and she actually gave a huge shout out to Rise Above. I think I talked about this young lady before. Both of her parents were deaf, and she gave us a blessing I don't think we ever could have asked for. Yeah, I sent it to a few people, Shimode. So, and it was just really amazing to us. I think we even put it on Facebook, that she would include us in that presentation, but also continue to want to be a part of our lives through relationship, right? So that's one thing we do is for those students that want to, we continue to have relationships with them. And in her case, we're going for dinner on Wednesday. Veronica and I will take her out and continue to support her and give her an opportunity to be a part of our lives. So that, you know, and the big thing is these kids, it's not that they're perfect overnight. Things continue to get in their way. They still have family issues. They still have, you know, a lot of drama. But what we do is we continue to support them and show them that no matter what, you know, it's always good to have someone that you can lean on or go to when you need help, right? Yeah, I honestly hope you do. More, I mean, that'd be wicked. I wish all you guys could come by, or wish I could go by where you guys are at. I just think there's people, again, there is a paper to be written here about the value of these conversations and these situations. And Morgan, the conversation you and I have been having for the longest time, you know, family is a tough thing. And I know for myself, my family has not been perfect over the years. It's not been easy for me to be intentional with my family, but particularly with my parents, it's been something that I've had to work at and be willing to myself sacrifice the things that I want, right? Because that's the thing. For me, my relationship with my parents was a protective thing, right? I put myself in the situation I was in relationally with my parents because I knew if I was close to them, it would hurt too much. So when I got to the point in my life where I was like, okay, I want to have a relationship with my parents, I had to sacrifice something. I had to be willing to step out and risk being hurt again. And yeah, thankfully it paid dividends. My parents still aren't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it's allowed me to have parents, and it's allowed my kids to have some grandparents whom they love very much. So, but yeah, well, I'm gonna leave it at that. I think I'm gonna stream again this week, probably Friday, and gonna talk to hopefully Antavier. I think it's this Friday he's off. No, it's not. It's got to be next Friday. But yeah, we've got a whole. Oh, Friday's Pickle's birthday. I'm in Canada all day Friday. I gotta go do some stuff. I'll have to shoot him a birthday card. I have his. He doesn't know it, but I got his address now. I'm just looking at my calendar, thinking, is there? Yeah, I got it. I have all the details. Yeah, I'm just looking at my calendar trying to think if there's a day. So I ordered all my computers for Rise Above last week. They should be here on Wednesday. Oh yeah, that's funny. So I'm going to be swamped with setting up 18 computers and putting software in them and getting them all connected to the network, and it's going to be kind of a crazy week. But yeah, huge shout out to our sponsors again for making this happen. and for allowing us to continue to help guys and girls like Eddie and Intavier and the new students. We had 2 new students start here today, so we're pretty excited about that. Jimode, your birthday's in a week or so too. When's your birthday? A couple of my 2 youngest, my firstborn and my secondborn, are first week of October. My birthday's kind of smack middle of the summer. Oh, that's right. It was last Friday, the 13th. Oh, I just realized it was Friday the 13th. I thought you were saying it was like a week after or something like that. And I was like, wait a second. Yours is July 1st. Mine's June 29th. My dad's is July 4th. Or the 4th of July, as the Americans say. But yeah. So, yeah, birthdays bi-monthly. Oh, because your family that you have to attend to? June 29th. I think we talked about this before. Because I think you've got somebody that's around the same time frame. Oh, you're going to make a joke? Well, that's not very nice. I don't have... I gave up having birthdays. Anyways, I'm too old to have birthdays now. But yeah, so the rest of my week looks like budgets and paperwork. I got to write a small paper for a board that I'm on and some other stuff. So either way, I'll touch base with you guys in a couple of days. Oh, that's cool. Thank you, Shimode. And hopefully see you guys again this week. If not, I'll see you guys in other streams as I can. And definitely see you guys next Monday. I got to run. Get on to the rest of the day. Thanks, guys. Hope you're having a good day, and we'll see you soon. And don't forget, get to the gym. You got to stay caught up to this guy, right? Anyways, have a good day, guys. Bless you. Bye for now.